things are in the background.
Hello, ski team, and greetings from Hebron. Miss G, Mr. Godomsky, Mr. Stonebreaker, we're all here to celebrate you in the winter season. We had hoped to do this together in person in March when we first got back to school, but obviously things have changed. But the three of us are here now, virtually, to celebrate the winter season and to let you all know that we're thinking of you. Mr. Godomsky, you're up.
Great. Well, I had hoped to be doing this up at the base of Sunday River today. The weather was not cooperating, because when I went up there last night, the Monday morning was fully covered in snow and very skiable, and probably even put on some gates in the hill for some racing. Oh, always got to have your pass. Okay, get my gloves. So right now, I'd like to recognize a few individuals, some of which I've skied with for a few years, and some this is the first year. And the first group of students or athletes that I'd like to recognize is Kova, Gabby, Teresa, and Cirrus, all of which have some great skiing experience in the past, but have not really done any racing, and really took it to heart this year to really learn and improve and make those gains along the way. And they really worked hard at those improvements, and all had their various contributions to the team, to themselves, and their personal growth. So congratulations to Kova, Gabby, Teresa, and Cirrus on a great first year of ski racing. The next two athletes that I'd like to recognize are Kai and Jamie, who I've skied with for the last 3 years, not so much last year, but 2 years ago and then this year. And all year long, I couldn't help but be so impressed with their dedicated growth and confidence in every time they stepped out onto the hill this year. If I go back 2 years ago, there was a lot of resistance to some of the work, and not because they didn't want to improve, but because they just didn't have the confidence to do it. And this year, every day they went out there and worked hard, and the confidence was just clear. And it was so fun to see. The next athlete I'd like to recognize is Megan, who again comes to Hebron with a breadth of skiing experience, but not racing experience. And she, I believe, coaches young kids on the weekend and teaches some skiing, and really has adapted quite well to racing, and has been one of our most consistent female athletes the last couple of years. The next athlete is one of our coaching award winners, and one of my I enjoyed watching the continued growth of Tekla over the course of this year, who really worked hard and was determined to improve every time, every run, every turn. It got to the point where she was always seeking advice and trying to make that next step to just get better. And one of our favorite lines that we used together was, be athletic, okay? And whatever you do, be athletic. So congratulations, Tekla, on the Coaches Award, and remember, be athletic. Okay, the final athlete I'd like to talk about is Brody. Brody has been with us now for 2 years, and has shown continued growth, and many don't know, but he suffered an injury 3 years ago that prevented, or maybe 4 years ago, that prevented a year of skiing on the hill. Last year was kind of building up those miles back in and getting his feet back underneath him. And this year really started to come back to form and what he had done in the past. So congratulations, Brody, on the continued improvement, and another recipient of this year's Coaches Award. Look forward to your guidance next year and your leadership in this team moving forward. All right, so here we'll head it back over to Ms. G and see what else we're going to do today. There we go.
Unfortunately, I don't have any props, but I hope you can see our New England Championship plaques right behind us, and also the girls JV Mason Championship trophy. You can ignore that basketball trophy. It's just holding everything else up. I just want to say, before I get started talking about some kids, how much I really enjoyed being with you guys on the hill this year. It was really a very special season, and every moment of it was a lot of fun. I'm going to talk about some of my former middle school skiers moved up, and then a few other kids. So I'll start with Tess and Mason. You guys both skied in the middle school. Tess, you even joined us for a few high school races last year as an 8th grader. It was great to have both of you guys with us this year. Mason, I know that you were new to racing, but you raced in 4 races this year, and your last 2 races of the season were top 10 finishes, which I thought was really awesome. Cotton Strong, I hope some of your teammates are chuckling right now, and we have an image of you trying to put on your ski boots in the Lost Valley Lodge 2 years ago. You got some better and bigger skis. You got some better and bigger boots, and boy, you turned into a better and bigger skier. I'm not really sure there was anybody more surprised than you when you had a first place finish at the Sunday River Giant Slalom. It was a really awesome thing. In fact, you had 3 top 5 finishes during the season, and you finished 4th place overall in the Mesa point standings for JV, which was really terrific. Nola, you were a 9th grader too, new to us this year, but you too, just like Cotton, had a really strong season. You also won the Giant Slalom at Sunday River early in the season, and you finished 4th overall in the Mesa JV points. You also had 4 top 4 finishes, and that was really great for us to see. Kenna, another freshman, and if there's somebody who's really devoted to getting better, I think that's you. I think of the times I was at the bottom of the hill and you would say, what could I do better? Was that good, Miss G? What should I do? What should I work on? I think every time you came down from a training run, you had that question. It'll be really exciting to have you ski again next year. And Dylos, even though you weren't an official member of the team in terms of racing, you showed up all the time, and you were also really determined just to become a better skier. And I admire your dedication and your willingness to each day to go out with us and to ski and to improve. Emma, you're a middle school skier too. And last year, you had a little time out. It was really great to have you back this year. Your skiing got better throughout the season. I know you're really hungry to be a varsity racer, and I think you had some breakthroughs right at the end of the season. Your 2nd place finish at Shawnee Peak in our second to last race really proves that. It'll be really exciting to have you back next year. Olivia, now, what a champ you are. You've gone from just skiing because you like to ski to racing in all 6 of our races this season. You show up at practice every day. You're happy to ski in any kind of condition, and you've gotten better. I think about how long I've seen you ski, and I know how much you've improved. I hope you ski again as a senior because you're a really valuable member of the team. Sophie and Maya were our 2 middle school racers to the 2 8th graders, and each of you 2 have had really great seasons. You finished in the top 10 and in the overall Mesa point standings for the varsity girls, and you both earned all NEPSAC status for your great finishes at our New England ski race. Certainly you were contributors to the girls finishing as runners-up again this year. You two, Maya and Sophie, I wanted to let you know too that you are 2 of our Coaches Award recipients this season, so congratulations on that. And finally, Molly and Grace, you 2 are the most reliable skiers that I know. And I know, Grace, you were a little injured this year, and that was too bad. You missed some races. But you 2 together and independently are dependable and reliable. You show up to practice each day. If you're guaranteed to finish any race that you enter, and we're really grateful for that. You're such an important part of our varsity girls team. And as returning seniors next year, and we'll be 4-year members of the ski team, you guys will be really important as leaders of our team, and it'll be great to have you back. So congratulations to my group of kids on a great season, and I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Stonebreaker. Okay.
Hi, guys. I don't have the kind of detailed notes that Alex and Mitzi do, in part because it's kind of hard to talk to you now, knowing that, at least for now, this is the last time I'll get to talk to a group of Hebron skiers and celebrate them after years and years and years. And so what I take away from the season is so much about how we were together, and we were together all the time, and we worked hard, and we shared, and we had our good times, and we had our times when we went on our noses. And that's, all part of it. And so more than just the results, the moments when the clock stopped, I'm thinking about the moments that I want to take forward from seeing you on the hill. And I think, my first person is Nicandro. the big guy with the big goggles and the black coat, and you're there at the start. And, you go from just wondering about the sport to being a skier. In a way, in the same way that Andy Zhang, that you did it as well. You went from wondering whether you could stand on those things to throwing tracks down the hill. And I think of watching you from the top of the slalom training, just going hard every time. And for you, really, you'll be receiving an award really as the most improved guy. And boy, were you ever. And then I come to two other guys, different in their own way. And I'm going to think of these, you two in the ski room. Because George and Wes, you became just pros, so conscious of your equipment. You were mindful of the little things. You were going to have good wax. You were going to have a good edge. You were looking ahead. You were seeing yourself racing in the race the next day. And it's kind of special that way. And Wes, you had to have results when it counted at Nepsax. Good job, And then I got a pair of girls. we've had our international kids for years and years and years, and they've been kind of special. And I'm going to think about you, Tony, standing tall. You who told me on the track during a basketball game in December that you weren't going to be a ski racer. But boy, you got sucked into the sport, and how good you were. You're so pretty, and I don't mean that in any feminist kind of way. So graceful and swooping, a good skier, technically great. Stina, I see you with your bags packed and those red pants, and you're rough and ready and just with a grin, and everything was all right every time you went on the hill, and you had nice results. And I come to the sophomore sensations, sat beside each other in the fall in English class and talked about it, and and Philip, you went to Calvin's house, and I'm sure you guys were you were mastering the racing all through the fall in your own ways. But Calvin, boy, what growth you had over the season, and what good results this year as a varsity racer and contributor. Philip, 1 year you come from arena skiing in Germany, and yet you suddenly discovered the growth curve of, oh my goodness, the hills are big here, and it's something to throw them down at Sunday River or Shawnee and see what it is to dive over the headwalls, go on the steeps. But you, again, you're master of your equipment, and you skied hard, and wonderful stuff there. And finally, somebody that I see a little bit the way I saw my own kids too many years ago to think, just as Alex would be a dad watching a son go through Hebron as a ski racer, it was really super, Joe, to watch you go through Hebron as a ski racer. From the squirt throwing it down as a sixth grader, I think, at Loon Mountain, and the Nepsax sneaking in under the radar, to 4 years as a high schooler, to leading a team this year. And honestly, Joe, I think I can only remember 3 guys in more than 40 years who, as Hebron skiers, won a championship race at Nepsax, as you did. And the more special for me, it's kind of the split image of just watching you from the pits of my stomach after you took a nosedive not a nosedive, but after you just got thrown out of a course, Pink Panther style, exit stage right in the morning run of GS. And then you come back in the afternoon and just smoke the field. Only one of 3 guys in more than 40 years to do that. Absolutely special. It's a Joe, too. A coach's award. And in a way, as I've said to all of you, I see you all on the hill. And boy, I hope I can see you on the hill in the future. I dream that I can, but I know it won't. It very likely can't happen. But as you see yourselves and as you are on the hill, maybe some of the stuff we did this year will stay with you. Especially that old, the little mantra that you put under the soles of your feet. GF, NF, HF. It's good advice for any skier. Go fast, no fears, have fun. I wish you all the best. See you on the hill.
Thank you guys for a terrific season.